Hey guys, gossip and reactions Marie's take. If we do not learn from people who has millions and billions of dollars, how can we get to the next level to be able to create generational wealth for our kids? How can we live a better life instead of living paycheck to paycheck if we do not learn from those people who've made it? Okay, this is about Kevin O'Reilly. He said, "What are you, an idiot?" Kevin O'Reilly says people waste up 20% of their income on stupid stuff like coffee and sandwiches. Here's what he wants you to do instead. To tell you the truth, guys, it adds up. You might not think so, but once you start buying $10, $20 here and there, the money is going down, and trust me, if you buy a loaf of bread, lettuce, tomato, other stuff, you can be making sandwich for weeks for the same price you pay for it outside. So you have to be smart. Use what you know to be able to save money. So let's go with the story. Swing in by your local coffee shop for a little caffeine boost before your work day. Commences might feel like an absolutely unskippable step in your morning ritual, but Shark Tank star Kevin O'Reilly says it's little purchases like these that push people into debt. He has a point, yeah. Stop buying coffee for $5.50, O'Reilly said on an episode of the Erica Taught Me podcast hosted by lawyer and money influencer Erica Colbert. Some people can't live without the coffee, the little sandwiches. It's in them. Inflation is hitting consumers hard and pushing even higher income folks into paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Just take a look at food away from home costs, which have climbed 5.4% since last year, according to the latest consumer price data. In comparison, food at home costs have only gone up by 2.1%. You see the difference? You want to keep money in your pocket, you cook more. You go to work, you spend $15 on a sandwich. What are you, an idiot? O'Reilly said during the podcast, urging folks to make their own sandwiches and bring their coffee from home. You start to add that up every day, it's a ton of money. O'Reilly isn't wrong about people spending more when they go to work. A recent report from video conferencing company OWL Labs found that workers spend about $31 more each day when they work from the office compared to at home. And this could become an even more pressing problem with more companies doing away with their COVID-era remote work policies. O'Reilly claims that a lot of Americans, especially those who work in big cities, are making their first $60,000 in their early careers, piss away about $15,000 a year on unnecessary purchases. He has a point, yeah. O'Reilly's mom taught him an important lesson. O'Reilly's credit his mother, Georgette O'Reilly, a small business owner, for teaching him how to manage money. Georgette advised him to never spend more than what he earned, and that's a lesson Mr. Wonderful wants to share with Americans as well. He recommends folks write down their various sources of income and their expenses over a 90-day period. He said folks often ended up spending more than they make and needing to dig themselves out of debt. A lot of spending is done on credit cards, which can come with interest rates of around 21%. In the third quarter of this year, Americans' credit card balance hit a record high of $1.08 trillion, according to the latest data from the New York Fed. And about 8% of that debt has transitioned into delinquency this year, meaning more Americans are struggling to keep up with their monthly payments. That's what destroys people, he cautions. They just don't live within their means. They don't do that. They want to keep up with the Joneses. What should you do instead? O'Reilly has a few tips for folks trying to figure out how to manage their money, which he discusses on Colbert's podcast. Firstly, he recommends you save about 20% of your income and invest in the market over a 20 to 30 year period to get you a return of about 6 to 8% to help you retire with a solid nest egg. Even if you have the average salary of $54,000 in America, you'll have $1.5 million in a bank, he claimed. $1.5 million. O'Reilly also tells people to be intentional with their purchase, recounting that Georgette, his mother, used to buy just one really good Chanel coat a year, and when she died, family members fought over her clothing since they were vintage and they valued had soared over time. Don't buy the crap, just buy the good stuff and buy less of it. It makes sense. He advised, try to avoid purchasing a lot of cheap fast fashion and opt for more sustainable, long-lasting pieces that will be better for the environment and your wallet. Makes sense, y'all. And don't forget to reward yourself. O'Reilly said you should never go into debt for something you cannot afford. But if you've got the funds, feel free to treat yourself as a reminder that you are doing well and hitting your financial goals. Lastly, O'Reilly says, if you want to make more money and have a good skill set, consider starting your own side hustle. Outside of your main job, he would know. After all, he's seen plenty of folks bring their own business idea to television shows like Shark Tank and Dragon's Den. I don't believe in the 9-to-5 job market anymore, he said. We have people working for us all around the world. We somehow are very, very productive, and that's the new economy. This man, I have to give him credit because what he said is true. We spend money on nonsense stuff. I mean, including me. Nobody's perfect. It's easier, it's faster to just grab, fast food here and there. It's not recommend. I'm not telling you what to do with your money, with your time. But when you work so hard, especially in my situation, I work at nighttime, so it's really hard for me to come home and cook. And I try my best. I cook very often. But sometimes it's easier to go to the store, pick up something to eat, and try to get ready for another day. Yeah, it's just not easy. But if we follow what the man said, stop spending your little money in coffee and sandwiches. Invest 20 to 30% of what you make. Save 20% of what you make. Somehow, you will be able to save $1.5 million by time you retired if you make around $54,000 a year. If you want to know more about this quote, you can go to Yahoo Finance Money Rise. The title is What Are You Doing? No, what are you, an idiot? Kevin O'Reilly says people waste up to 20% of their income on stupid stuff like coffee and sandwiches. You put that, you will get more information. And again, subscribe. May God bless you. Have a wonderful holiday. Bye.